Happy Tech Tuesday, everyone. My name is Lee Davenport, and I am a real estate broker and coach with agents around Atlanta Plus. Our passion is to see agents excel in sales, so we offer one-on-one coaching, webinars, and in-office trainings. So visit learnwithlee.realtor for more helpful tools, or you can also visit our original website, which is www.agentsaroundatlanta.com. You do want to type in the www just to make sure it gets to our site. Well, again, welcome to today's Tech Tuesday webinar. It's our coaching huddle, the first one of February. So let's get into it. Today, we are covering the 7 tools to capture leads. And specifically, we're going to look at the technology tools that will help you capture leads from your social media sites, your blog, and even your website. But of course, there's always first things first. It's the prerequisites. First and foremost, in order to effectively capture leads, you have to issue a call to action that incites a need for them to say, yeah, I really do want to hear from this person. As a real estate agent, that can mean several things, particularly freebies such as a customized CMA report if it's a seller, or if it's a buyer, maybe you can send them the 5 must-do things for today's real estate market when buying a home. It can be a wide variety of things, and most likely it should be something that you already provide to your clients. Maybe you just send it as an email. And later in this webinar, we're going to talk about a tool to help with that. But again, the prerequisite to capturing leads is creating a call to action or giving them a reason to say, hey, I need to do something. She wants me to watch her webinar, or she wants me to contact her about selling my home. Create a call to action, provide a freebie. And the third thing is to use a simple contact form. If your website does not have a contact form, or your Facebook business page, or even your blog, you should have that there. And again, you can have a simple contact form on all of the various sites you're on, including social media sites, your website, and if you have a separate blog, you should have a simple contact form. This webinar won't get into the mechanics of those things, but I want to make sure that I mention these things. And if you have questions about them, don't hesitate. Shoot us an email at info@agentsaroundatlanta.com. We'd be happy to provide you with our complimentary coaching session, which we offer to all new mentees or contacts. If you've never worked with us before, we do provide a 30-minute free consultation. So let us know. We can help you with the mechanics behind these prerequisites. But let's jump into today's topic. Now, as I said in the overview commercial, this is the 2015 edition. And as always, these are not the latest and greatest only. Now, we do have some of the new fandangled gadgets and tools, but more importantly, we like to use the tried and true technology tools. So there's going to be some oldies and goodies in here that you may be using, but maybe you're not using it to the fullest degree so that your business is getting the most bang for your buck. So first on the list for 2015 is, drum roll please, sync your sites with the oldie but goodie, my favorite, MailChimp. Now, you may say, oh, I know all about MailChimp. What can she possibly tell me that I don't already know? Well, here's something I want to share with you, and I doubt Many of us as real estate agents are taking advantage of the fact that MailChimp integrates with over 700 applications, many of which you may already use, such as Salesforce. If you're using a blog on WordPress, it integrates with that. If you're on Twitter, it integrates with that. Facebook. MailChimp is a critical tool that is free if you have less than 2,000 contacts, that will allow you to capture contact information. It doesn't just have to be an email address, but contact information, including phone numbers and other customizable fields for people that happen to get wind of your Facebook site or happen to stumble across your blog or your Twitter feed or anything you're on. There's 700 application that MailChimp integrates with, and we're actually going to talk about a few more of these applications as we go through the tools for today. But MailChimp is critical. You don't have to just use MailChimp as a way to send out a weekly or monthly or quarterly e-newsletter or monthly email to your contact database. MailChimp really needs to be used on all of your sites to capture leads. So when people go to your site, if there's not a way for them to enter in a phone number, their name, and their email address, MailChimp provides an easy plugin, again, that is going to be free if you have less than 2,000 names in your database. So why not use MailChimp? If you haven't used it in a while, haven't opened it in a while, again, maybe you don't feel like doing the monthly newsletters or weekly email updates, although I recommend that you do. But again, MailChimp has a purpose beyond just sending emails. It actually can help you capture leads. So revisit MailChimp if you have used it in the past. If you haven't, sign up for a free account today and explore it. The second tech tool I want to talk about today is the mini contacts bar that can be added to your website or blog. Now, if you've been to agentsaroundatlanta.com, our website, or learnwithlee.realtor, you will see at the very top, there's an option for you to join our mailing list and get alerts from us when we have new tips and techniques. Well, we're using the mini contacts menu bar. This is great because, as I just said about MailChimp, it syncs with MailChimp. So this means when someone types in their information in this bar, this information goes directly to your MailChimp account. So you don't have to do any manual data entry. And this is very powerful because maybe at 2 a.m. someone's out visiting your blog or your website. They put their information in, and now that information has just synced with your MailChimp database. And depending on what you've set up in MailChimp, that person might instantly receive notification from you. It could be an email message, it could be a text message, but the key thing is that you just were able to capture the lead's information. It's in your database, and you were able to contact them all through an automated system. Nothing that you've got to physically remember. Oh, okay, somebody went to my website. I've got to remember to shoot them an email. And it's a good thing to reach out to people personally, but you don't have to do that. This takes a lot of the time and thought process out of connecting with people, at least upon their first visit to your website. So if you haven't explored minicontacts.com to check out that free contact bar, I highly recommend you do. Something to mention about mini contacts is that this, not only, as I mentioned, will sync with MailChimp, but it actually syncs with several other CRM and database management systems such as Infusionsoft, iContact. So again, if you're not a MailChimp fan, no big deal. It integrates with a lot of other programs. So again, I highly recommend you explore this. and it's free to explore. You can upgrade to a white label if you don't want their branding on it, which is fine. And it's a very nominal fee. So again, I highly recommend you explore the mini contacts bar to see how you can better capture each and every eyeball that visits your site. You can capture contact information that can lead to more closings, more commissions, and just a better quality of life for you as a real estate agent. The next tool I want to highlight, this is one of my new favorites. So this is one of the latest and greatest. It's guides.co, not com, but .co. This, as with the mini contact bar, integrates with MailChimp. See how in 2015, they're making things very easy so that your existing database can automatically pull over these leads. So by using these tools, you become someone that automates this process. So while you're out selling homes, showing properties, attending closings, attending CE classes at your board of realtors, your business is still working and churning automatically. And that's what we want. As I mentioned, it integrates with MailChimp as well as Salesforce and several other database and contact management systems, CRM systems. So you're not limited to MailChimp, but again, I highly recommend it because as you see, MailChimp is something that integrates pretty seamlessly with a lot of applications, including social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. So give these things a try. Now, the other thing, so here's the vital thing about using guides.co is that we as real estate agents send out emails that whether we turn them into a template, and every time we have a buyer we're working with, we may send them a list of our preferred lenders. We may send them how to get started when buying a home. We may send them what to expect the day of closing. Or if we're working with the seller, we may send them an email or PDF document, or physically face-to-face go over what they need to do to prepare their home to sell in today's market, how to create curb appeal, important deadlines, what to expect when buyers come over their home, and the like. So there's a number of things that we as real estate agents, after you've been in the business at least for a year, you begin to see become pretty standard and routine. Well, guides.co is here to help you. Now you can take those things that you send commonly as emails and turn them into professional looking guides. And this is easy to make. And again, you can make this for free, although there are upgraded packages if you want to be more, you want to design these out in a different manner. But the basic platform is free, and it is something of quality that integrates well with your website and blog. So on your website and blog, you can feature your guides to buying a home, guides to selling a home, guides to preparing for a home inspection, important deadlines, how to find a handy person that will not, gyp you and take advantage of you. Whatever you commonly talk about with each and every one of your clients, I say go beyond just formatting a template email, because that is something that a lot of us do to help us save time. We create email templates, and that's a great thing to do. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but go beyond that and create a guide. And now you can post this guide on your website that can be searched on Google. So if someone is just Googling, how do I buy a home, your guide could potentially come up. And the great thing about these guides, as I mentioned, it integrates with MailChimp. And the reason why is because in order to access the guide, the person has to enter whatever contact information you require. That could be as simple as a name and an email address, or you could request a phone number and the like, so you can get more information from them. But this is a great technique, especially when your clients say, hey, I need to send this to my neighbor who's also looking to sell their home, or my friend at work who's looking to purchase a home. The great thing is that when people share these guides with others and those people open the guides up, in order to access it, again, they've got to give at least an email address. This is a pretty powerful way to capture new leads for your business, and you can do this for free. It takes some time, but again, if you've been in real estate for over a year, I'm sure you have emails that you send out multiple times, or even conversations that you have multiple times, but make a guide out of it. Standardize this stuff so that you can, like I said, automate your process, step away from having to do this. Every time you have a new client, you've got to send them all of these emails. You can just send them to your site, the page on your site that has all your guides. They can look through them themselves and share them with people they know. And again, with this being connected to MailChimp, they automatically enter your database, especially if this was shared with people you may not have ever known. So I highly recommend you to use this. This is a great tool, and it integrates well with a lot of apps, including your own website. Here's something that I feel is critical to capturing leads. When you have events, it is critical that the people you meet at these events, you are able to reach out and keep in touch with them. A lot of times when we have events, either we don't do a good job collecting information, or if we do collect information, what was written looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics. It's unreadable. And we are in a situation where we can't follow up because maybe what we thought was a 5 is really another number. So here's two things. Going back to the oldie but goodie list is Eventbrite and OpenHomePro. Eventbrite to me is just like MailChimp. It is something that people have heard about, have seen over the years, but maybe have underestimated in their real estate business how critical this free tool can be to helping you, one, automate some of your processes, but two, capturing, not just getting people to your events and to your website and to your blog, but capturing those leads and that contact information. So again, I love Eventbrite. It has definitely kept up with the times. And even though this is an oldie but goodie, this has 2015 technology where you can use your mobile devices, whether it's a cell phone, a tablet, iPad, laptop, it does not matter. You can check people in to an event from your phone, from your tablet, from your laptop. At the moment that the event is starting, they can check in prior to if you want. From your website, it has different widgets that can be placed directly on your website. So again, you don't have to manually check people in. You can just direct them to your website. Bada boom, bada bing. The great thing, as I said before, this does integrate with MailChimp, just like everything else. So if you are using the MailChimp platform, which is free, if you have less than 2,000 contacts, this is great because now you don't have contact information all over the place. Everything is going into one centralized database. So that's why I have already pushed MailChimp a lot during this webinar. I'm not being paid by them, but I think this is an excellent tool because it does integrate with over 700 apps. Second thing that's an oldie but goodie is OpenHomePro. I love this app. It's available again on Google Play or through the App Store, so you can use it on your phone, on a tablet, iPad, whatever you have, so that if someone is coming to an event you're having, it doesn't just have to be an open house. And when I say event, maybe you're hosting a home buyer seminar, or maybe you're attending a local fair and you have a booth. Any event that you are at, any opportunity where you're going to have, 5 or more people that want to talk to you, potentially show up, I recommend either one of these apps so that you can capture on site that person's contact information, particularly their email address, ideally also their cell phone number. OpenHomePro will allow you to input their information. You can do it, or you can have them type it in. A lot of people don't feel comfortable letting someone else hold their iPad, for example, because they don't want them walking off with it. No big deal. You can type it in for them. The great thing about OpenHomePro is that it will also send automatic follow-up messages within a specified time frame set by you. So if someone attended an open house or a home buying seminar or a local fair that you attended, now they'll get automated responses from you, so that, hey, you're probably busy. A lot of times when we have these events, it does create activity and business for us, so we don't have time to necessarily follow up with everyone. But these two apps allow you to do it. Again, Eventbrite syncs with MailChimp, so all you have to do is set up certain emails in MailChimp. Bada boom, bada bing. Once they have registered in Eventbrite, they're automatically going to start getting certain emails from MailChimp. So this makes it very easy to capture and convert the leads that you've met at events. So here in America, we always talk about, oh, my ears are ringing. And what we simply mean by that is someone somewhere is talking about me. And in 2015, with social media, this probability is increasing. So now you may just, as a real estate agent, I'm sure you have marketing pieces throughout where your target area is. You may have billboards, you may have online advertisements, you may have even the little signs at grocery stores, on the grocery store baskets, or on the back of receipts. There's a lot of ways to advertise and market your business locally. And as a result, your ears should be ringing. You should know that your name is on the tip of people's tongues. And that's a great thing. That's what we want in real estate. But here's the key. Particularly online, if people are talking about you online, you may not be privy to the conversation. You may not know how to access it, but I want to share with you a couple of tools that will help you hone in when your ears should be ringing, so that you can capitalize on people that have interest, not just maybe in your name, but maybe they're talking about the real estate firm you're with. Or maybe they have questions about the community that you have targeted. When you hear or you get wind of such conversations, you can now capture those leads better. The first thing in this regard that I want to mention is Talkwalker Alerts. If you've kept up with me on my blog, you know I really love Talkwalker Alerts. It's very similar to Google Alerts. You should have at least one of them already on your name. But I also encourage you to set up an alert, not only for your name, but for your real estate company, for the community in which you live and want to sell homes in, which may be different. And then anything else that you feel like can be a conversation starter between you and potential buyers, sellers, or if you work with investors or tenants, what have you. So set up a Talkwalker alert. It is free, just like Google Alerts is free. I like Talkwalker Alerts because not only does it search the internet and tell you if a website has mentioned your name or whatever other alert you've set up, but it will tell you what is being said about your alerts on social media. So for example, if someone says something about Agents Around Atlanta Plus on Facebook, because I have a Talkwalker alert set up for that, I will get a notification. And now, knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe, if you grew up in the 80s like I did, watching G.I. Joe, you are familiar with that saying. And it is still true. Knowing is half the battle, but it's definitely not the full battle. So yes, Talkwalker Alerts will help you to understand better who is out there talking about you. But the key is that once you know someone's talking about you, And again, it doesn't have to be in a bad way. Maybe you're just being mentioned like, oh, I work with this great agent. Now, because you know about it, you can jump in the conversation. That's what Talkwalker Alerts does. It allows you to jump in the conversation to capture those leads. The next tool I want to mention is Circle Scope. And really, this is powerful on so many levels. But in relation to today's webinar, I will state that first and foremost, you should be on Google Plus, because Google Plus is the baby of Google. And if you want to do internet marketing, of course, you need to know how to rank on Google. And one of the easier ways to rank on Google is to rank and use Google Plus frequently. But here's the key with Circle Scope. So with Google Plus, if you're on Google Plus, you're able to use Circle Scope to find and convert leads. So for example, if there's people in your local area talking about the upcoming home buying trade show, Circle Scope can help you find those people. And now, guess what? You, as the knowledgeable real estate agent you are, you can jump in the conversation and share your expertise, which allows you to, one, find where conversations are, where again, you can jump in, share your expertise, but two, Circle Scope will allow you to see who these people are, see their Google Plus profile, and from there, you're able to potentially engage with them more and convert them into bona fide leads and potentially clients. So I highly recommend getting on Google Plus if you're not on it. If you don't understand it, again, don't hesitate. Shoot us an email, info@agentsaroundatlanta.com, or visit our website, learnwithlee.realtor, because these are the very things that we provide one-on-one coaching for to help your business grow in today's social media driven society. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Those are our 7 tech tools for converting leads. They all have different roles, as well as some of them have been around longer than others, but use them. It's only 7. I highly want to challenge you that over the next 7 days, just take one tool every day, spend about 15 to 30 minutes exploring it, setting it up, and implement it that way. So over the next 7 days, make a goal that you will have implemented all 7 of these tools, and watch how 2015, not only are you able to generate eyeballs, which is one of the prerequisites for this webinar, is that you're generating eyeballs, but you don't know how to capture them so that these people move from, hey, I'm a looky-loo on your website or on your Facebook page or on your Twitter account, I tweet with you, but they don't actually do anything else. They don't actually become a client. These 7 tech tools should help you if you put them into practice. So thanks so much for watching. Visit learnwithlee.realtor for more great tips, or to even rewatch this huddle, our first one for February. Stay on the lookout for our upcoming webinars, and don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love to help you with your one-on-one coaching needs.